Hello, this is old Mr. Kent of MrKent.com, and I have to apologize for putting up a video a week or so ago and then taking it down again, because as it turned out, the the air pump that I was saying was so great turned out it wasn't so great. And the reason, I'll just explain it real quick. My son wanted me to fill up the tires of his golf cart to 25 pounds, and they were all around 10, 15 pounds. And so I started working around the cart, and these pumps don't have a lot of volume, but they do work. And so it took me nearly a half an hour, because when I finished, I still had one that had lost air because the valve stem was the core was crooked or something. So we tightened it up and it worked. So I actually filled up 5 tires, and there's there's what the tires look like. Anyway, when I during the pumping process, you know, every time you try to pump up pressurize a gas, it heats up, and that's how diesel engines work. And so the pump got real hot over that period of time, and then next time I went to use it, it wouldn't hold air. So it wouldn't hold pressure. So there was an O-ring that got smashed down and with the heat, and I replaced it with one of my O-rings, and it worked fine. But I just decided that's not a good deal. So I sent it back, and of course, here's the Amazon page that I ordered it from, and you know, I couldn't tell you the name because I didn't have it figured out or something at the time that I made that video. And so I thought, well, I'm going to get the name of that so I can point it out. As it turns out, it was sold by a company, and the title of the company was a little misleading, because when I clicked on that took me to it's a website that sells women's clothing. So that was kind of odd. Then I noticed further down on the page it said it was no longer available. So I'm glad I sent it back, and I apologize for pushing something on you that was really a piece of junk. I didn't know it at the time. So then I did a little more research, and this is what I found, and I purchased it. And so I thought, well, I'll share this one because it's got much better ratings. It costs more. The other one cost $30. This one I think cost 45 or something like that. So you know, you can expect higher quality, and it even comes with its own little pouch, which is cool. And there's a lot of reviews on this one, by the way. It's called a V-Ape, V-E-E-A-P-E, and I've tested it out, and it works really nice. I haven't tested it out on my son's a golf cart yet, but I don't think it doesn't matter, because the O-ring, how this fits together, the O-ring is where you can continually increase the pressure on it, as if it does happen to collapse a little bit. And then I've got more O-rings, but anyway, that's another story. Okay, so this is what it looks like, and there's a lot of reviews, so I won't make this very long. But you hold that down, and then you wait for it, and it comes on. Now, the top numbers up here, they tell you what the current pressure of the tire is when you hook it up to a tire. And we're going to go out into my son's shop, and we're going to give it a try. And of course, I'm using the one for the ball. Now, these 4 buttons, like this one on this side, this is what you cycle through to get, maybe you can see it there, bars, kilograms, or whatever it is. I can't see, my eyes aren't that good, and something else, and then back to PSI. And by the way, it says right in the manual that it's only accurate within 1 PSI. So that's good to know. Of course, when I'm working with my tires and I only fill them up to 9.5 pounds, 1 PSI could make a difference. So now I've got that set to 9.5 for my bike, but if I want to clear it, I push this end button and that end button, and that resets everything. And so now when it comes around to ball, let's do, this is the one you select what you want. Now there's a ball, and then I don't know what that's 100, and that's 350 psi, or I'm sorry, 35 psi for a car, and 40 for a motorcycle, and 38 for a bicycle, and 8 pounds for a ball, a basketball. And the two middle buttons are so that if you want 9.5 pounds, you can push the plus button, which I don't know if you can see. I'll try to zoom in and get this as best I can. Anyway, and so that's 8.5, 9.5, all right? And then that'll be there, like I'll turn it off now, and that'll be there when I come back. So it remembers what I like it to be set to, which is why it was at 9.5 when I turned it on. So there it is. So anyway, it's a much better quality. By the way, up here on the top, I don't know if you can see it, but the one I had a USB A, which is the oldest. My GoPro 4 uses that one. It's the one that's got the weird shape. And then this is a USB-C, which is the latest model. So this has got newer technology, and I think it's going to be just fine. Of course, like I said, whenever you pump something up, it gets really hot. Now, the reason I'm doing this indoors is because this screen, first of all, for a video, it's so small anyway, but it's not impossible to see outside, but with our Arizona sun, it's really difficult to see. So I hesitate to do anything outside, because if it's hard for me to see, it's not going to come out on the video. So that's why I'm sitting here in a little storeroom with on top of the freezer, and making this up. So now we're going to close this down and go into the shop and do a actual test of how it works. So let's go. Okay, here we are in the shop, and this is my Rad Mini e-bike. All right, we got this set up down here. I'm gonna put my phone down here so I can make sure I'm getting a good picture here. I don't like to waste my time. Okay, so we're gonna hook this up and see what the pressure is on this tire. I'm sorry that I shake so much. I should let's do this just a second here. Let me put this over here. I'm just going to slide me a chair over here so I can sit on it while I talk, and I won't get so worn out, and I can do a better job too, by the way. All right, let's get over here out of the way of that rest. All right, now, okay, I think you can see it, and that says 9.5. So the top one is going to tell us how much pressure is in the tire. Okay, so let's screw this on here, I think. Come on, get on there. Is it on there? Yeah. Okay. So it says 8 pounds. So the other day when I was playing with it, it's either got a slow leak or I didn't get an accurate reading. So let's take it up to 9.5. We push this button just to start it. Okay, now it says it's at 9.5. So we'll go ahead and close this off, and put this right here, and I'll get my, where's it at? Oh, I put it over there. All right, so I got my old trusty meter pressure gauge that I've been using, and so I know if it says 9.5 on here, I'm going to have a nice smooth ride. So I don't know if you can see that or not, but right there about 9.5. So we'll put it in here, hook it up real carefully, try not to let any air out when we push on it, and it says it's 8.5. so something happened there. So that's not an accurate reading. So as the manual says, it's accurate within 1 psi. So let's do this. Let's set this up to 10.5. and see what we come out with, because I can always let air out. All right, there's the 8, and we're going to take it up to 10.5. We're just going to hit this button right here. Okay, that's 10.5. Set that down over there, and check this out. Okay, so okay, so that now is reading a little over 10.5. So it's accurate within 1 psi. So what I'm going to do, since I know this works, actually it's actually not quite to 10. It's actually 9. It's a little more than 9.5. So let me pull this out and bring it up here really close. If it's not too blurry. See the 9, everything above the 9 until you see the big line where the 10 is, that's 9 point something. So it's actually about 9.5. So the pump reads just a little bit higher than it actually is, according to this. Now this could have been wrong all this time, but I don't think it is. So, by the way, these are sold by a lot of different companies. The manual has no brand name on it. It just comes with a manual, and you can. In looking over the things that were for sale by Amazon, there was a lot of these with different names. So you can go in, but this one here is much better than the one I had. So I appreciate your patience, and I'm sorry to have misled you. And on that first video, it's down now. I don't have it on there. And they said I could send it back for a full refund, so that was good. But it was funny that it was sold by that clothing store for women. But anyway, okay, well, there you go. I hope that's helpful. I want to thank you for watching the videos, and God bless.